Okay, so this brings a lot of, they actually used a lot of experiments together, and they had, the first thing they want to do, which I'll talk about in a minute, is to try and create an environment which was different to other game environments. And so they spent a long time on, super high resolution kind of textures. Remember, this is about 3-4 years ago, and this is running on my little portable PC. The next thing they really experimented with, and all of this was enormously, massively exciting, was the idea of something called clay. And the idea of clay was we really loved the idea of user-generated content, and how can you this is the great idea behind this, how can you give sort of people a material they could play with which makes them feel more creative. So we came up with this stuff called clay. Why it comes out of the fireplace, who knows? But there you go. And clay is something that you can manipulate around. If I just pick up this piece of clay, I can start sort of manipulating this stuff around. And then if we sense this clay is anything sort of slightly realistic or matches one of our templates, then the clay will actually turn into something. It's actually quite tricky to do because the mouse isn't very sensitive, so just bear with me a second. I'm just building, this is just done with simple clicks. You can apply colour to clay, you can have different sort of materials with clay. And when the game senses, when the thing senses something made out of clay, this clay has turned into a kind of TV screen and a television. And on the television, I think you'll be able to see, is me. See, I'm there. Hello. It's crazy, isn't it? I mean, it's using the webcam there, but it was all, there was a lot of this creative stuff. Another example of clay was you could make this stuff here. Do this, and that will turn into a bowl of oranges, of course. What else would it be? And all of this worked with a kind of simple engine. Now, all of this was amazingly cool, and when we actually looked at it, each time we looked at it, our jaws dropped every single time. And this kind of project and experiment kept going, and there are some things in these experiments that we are going to use, but as a whole, it got really large. The other thing that this experiment did was something very, very interesting, which we're definitely going to be using in the future, and it was called portals. And it's these things here. Now, this has kind of already been, you've already seen this in a game. It's Portal, strange enough. But, I know you're probably not going to believe me, but this was done before Portal was done. But they interestingly did some brilliant stuff with it. But the interesting thing is, you see I'm waggling this orange in front of that mirror, and you can see it come out of that mirror there. And then if I drop the orange through, it will, when the physics engine is fine to, it will start to bubble out. Or will it? Let's try a bowl. That bastard bowl. So you notice that this bowl actually is a little bit bigger, because the thing about portals, which is really exciting, what I think is really exciting, is that they will, depending on their size, depending on their attributes, they will change the object that's coming through. So you can see this orange is getting bigger and bigger, and if I do some crazy shit, man, I can just move this mirror in front of this mirror. This is going dreadfully well. And I can pick up this orange, and I can put this orange through here, like that.